And we are back. Hoping everybody enjoyed the saga of Shelby. A tale that deserves to be told as many times as necessary. But we are back with our best of 5 grand finales. It is going to be that PvZ we promise. It is going to be one that I don't think we see too often. I mean, this particular matchup we have seen a couple of times, but yeah, not as much as certain other PvZs, I would say. Regardless, we are here. We are kicking things off on Jagannatha, KBBLE, 92 FM. We're in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the bottom of the left-hand corner. We have the Blues player coming out from the land of Hong Kong. He is the best player from Hong Kong. Currently teamless, he is GogojOey.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the Australian Protoss representing the Cranky Ducklings. It is StarDuck.
The little duck boy versus the Kong from Hong Kong.
That's Beastlork.
Is he now?
The Kong from Hong Kong is Beastlork.
No, Beastlork is
the Kong from Hong Kong because he's the Kong.
No, we can't GogojOey
because
the Kong from Hong Kong
that's not
because
true.
He came in second a bunch of times for Mio
That's
Micah.
not true. That's not true.
It may not be true, but it makes sense. It may not be true, but it makes sense.
End of the odd mate. Shaking my head, yuck. Oh god. Ay. But these two players, they have played against each other before, and unlike Mio Micah, StarDuck has taken a series off of GogojOey in the past, earlier this year, I believe. So it's well within the realm of possibility where he could take this series.
It absolutely is. Obviously, a lot of people probably think of last year when these two faced off and GogojOey beat, or StarDuck rather, beat GogojOey for the first time. But that was, of course, both of them playing a bit of an off race. This year, however, in I want to say March, if my memory serves me correctly, they did play a straight up PvZ. StarDuck was the Protoss player, GogojOey the Zerg player, and StarDuck took it 2-1, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. But regardless, like it's something that he was able to achieve in the past. Now it's been a couple of months, both players have grown in skill, they have refined their styles. We'll see if he can do something like that again, as we have a decent amount of lings that are going to be able to sneak in. Mate, the wall is not a wall. Oh no.
That is not StarDuck! Where's your probe? The probe is so far away, StarDuck!
Mate.
That is gonna get out, but that's a lot of links, like that's a lot of damage and a lot of surface area to getting on that pylon. Warp Gate gets denied.
It gets denied. The Adept could go down. The Lings are now in the natural base. Lings are now flooding across the map as well here for GogojOey. Ling speed is still a ways away, but this is disastrous for StarDuck.
That it definitely is. GogojOey still continuing to make it across that map. It is a full wall, which will help out StarDuck quite a bit, but Link speed is just kicked in, and those pylons are still warping in. Like, they don't have that much health on them.
And there's nothing.
And also that
this
core is super exposed.
Yeah, and there's no DPS behind this. Oh my god, we need a secondary wall as well. Warp Gate, it's not going to finish. It's just not going to finish whatsoever. We do have a Void Ray on the way, and that will help, but again, like, it doesn't have the best DPS.
Yeah, I know Void Rays are generally what you want against Ling Floods, but not when the flood is this high, if that makes sense.
Exactly. Not when there's
this many Lings.
Exactly. As there's one Void Ray and it's got a lot of work to do. The Lings, they flood in, they break through the natural base, and Void Rays are good. I don't think they're that good.
Void Rays are good. Void Ray, singular, not so much.
Not so much,
You're popping a battery overcharge, but even then, it immediately gets surrounded by the Lings. All of these probes are going to go down. GG is called. GogojOey takes the game number 1 in 4.5 minutes.
GG. Ooh, and GogojOey,
Man.
not just GogojOey, to be fair, we talk about this a lot when it comes to Southeast Asian Zergs in general. They are very aggressive and... Whew,
But
wow.
they generally are, but I think especially for GogojOey, I mean, we mentioned a lot that he is the most aggressive out of the big four from South and Southeast Asia, but it goes to show you that once he smells the faintest of opportunities, and to be fair, this is a massive opportunity, seeing that massive hole in the wall. Once he finds any opportunity, he switches gears, he goes straight Link Flood mode. Worked out incredibly well for him.
Oh yeah, exactly. Really catching StarDuck off guard in game one, and that's terrifying because game one was the map where StarDuck had the ping, the server advantage. Now we are making our way over to Singapore.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that Chase has went on the case and fixing the routing of Australian servers to Singapore. Apparently, there were some issues with ISPs, I believe. I know a lot of Australian players did have issues connecting with, to Singapore. Hopefully that isn't going to be the case here, and hopefully StarDuck is able to tie up a series, give us a lot more games. But we shall see as we continue our series on 2,000 Atmospheres. LE. Here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Blues player coming out from the land of Hong Kong. He is the best player from Hong Kong. Currently teamless, we have GogojOey.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2,000 Atmospheres LE, we have the Australian Protoss. He's pink, representing the Cranky Ducklings. It is StarDuck. Dropping a rough game there in game one.
Yeah, but you have to say this about StarDuck. Once he recognizes the mistake is made, he is not going to repeat that for quite a while.
Yeah, exactly. Like, for those wondering, StarDuck was just being very greedy. Again, like, his next tech structure wasn't a part of the wall, or he didn't finish up his wall there at his natural base on Jagannatha. It is unlike some of these other maps where you can kind of wall off with just minimal amount of buildings, just two, and then a gateway unit or something like that. So yeah, StarDuck was really punished for his greed.
He thought GogojOey was a changed man. It's like, yeah, GogojOey isn't that aggressive anymore, right, guys?
I'm sure it's 100% one of those things where StarDuck is like, Miyamika's not here. Ah, I can.
You be a little greedy.
I could be greedy. I didn't have to worry. Mate, you gotta realize who GogojOey is, mate.
GogojOey's got probably feeling insulted after that. He's like, you think you can play greedy against me?
Mm-hmm.
You think that just because I'm not Miyamika, I'm not gonna be aggressive?
It's one of those
nerve of some people.
It's one of those things where GogojOey has been in the shadow of Miyamika for a long time here in GPO, but like that by no means that he isn't a good player, right? He's an incredibly scary player. There's a reason why consistently for the entire year he has been second place so many times. So yeah, this is still going to be a bit of an uphill battle for StarDuck, but I imagine he's going to have an easier time on 2,000 Atmospheres, you know, mate. The wall's a wall for the most part, you know, things are already looking better.
Depth in there. Yeah, everything's definitely coming up StarDuck, at least for the start of this game. He forced a very awkward second base out of GogojOey here.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, doesn't take too much to really fill up the wall on 2,000 Atmospheres, so yeah, StarDuck's going to be pretty comfortable getting into this Stargate stage of the game.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what StarDuck does from here, because I do know that at least on 2,000 Atmospheres, we have seen plenty of Protoss players commit to Stargate plates, commit to a second Stargate, and even a fast fleet beacon.
It all suddenly came flooding back to light. Please, StarDuck, do not do the Tempest build again.
Don't go for the Tempest,
no! He's been telling us many times, like, no, guys, I think I worked out how to, like, actually make this build work, guys. I've been experimenting a lot. It never works.
Thankfully. Fun fact: he was thinking of going Sky Toss, but he was actually just talking to Pez, and he was like, "GogojOey's figured it out." He's like, "I'm not."
Thanks, Pez, for talking him out of it. Oh, unofficial advice counselor, question mark? Unofficial coach for the Cranky Ducklings. Checks in mail, buddy.
Exactly. So we shouldn't be seeing that from StarDuck. We should see a different style, and I'm really curious to see what he does have in store for us here for GogojOey. He is going for that second Stargate, but again, it isn't as fast as it otherwise could have been. Same with the Flea Beacon.
Yeah, still definitely dedicated to some Void Ray play here, but we'll see what he gets beyond that.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried that after game one, like, StarDuck kind of like lost the plot a little bit. Like, he's, he forgot about that conversation before the series started, and he's like, you know what, Tempest.
He's dedicating a little bit more to Sky Toss, which I'm hoping is still gonna be all right. I don't see any Fleet Beacons, so that's still a good sign.
Yeah, definitely. As the second Stargate does go up, this is a lot more standard, as in these Void Rays are going to be coming out. But you know what, GogojOey, he is going for that Queen March across the map. Roaches, Ravagers, and Lings are on the way. And unfortunately, StarDuck doesn't have any splash damage. He doesn't have any AoE. He doesn't have any Disruptors, which would be ideal to defend against this. But he will finally catch a glimpse of this with his Void Ray.
That he will. Very awkward timing here for GogojOey. What a surprise, StarDuck, by the time this hit. Now, thankfully with GogojOey, there aren't any set defense structures at this base, so at the very least, he's going to be able to take it out. But this push is definitely meant to really cripple the Protoss player and not just weaken them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, StarDuck, you already evacuated the third base, so he's completely given it up. So far, his micro has been decent with these Void Rays. He's trying to pick off whatever he can. More importantly, he's buying time for the shield batteries at the natural for even more Void Rays to come out.
Yeah, and he hasn't lost any Void Rays just yet. Now he's got 5 of them. And that's really when things start to stack up a little bit. Ooh, moves away from the Corrosive Vials just at the last minute. Could have been very, very worrisome. There's still a lot of supply on the ground right now for GogojOey. A little bit more than the Void Rays can really keep up with. These Transfuse Light are the absolute MVPs. Look how much of a struggle it is for these Void Rays to kill any of these Ravagers to Queens.
Yeah, exactly. Like, one of the Void Rays did fall, but for the most part, no, the piles, they take out not just the shield batteries, but a Void Ray as well. Ay, StarDuck, please.
And this is getting very, very, very worrisome. Thankfully for StarDuck, GogojOey is starting to run out of transfuse energy a little bit, but he has lost power to that Stargate. He's pretty badly supply capped. He's not building another pylon. Oh no, StarDuck. Oh no, this is the only army units he's got, and they're going down. Yeah,
that they are, mate. Everything here at the natural does fall. Again, there's only one building here for production. GG gets called. And GogojOey takes a fast, swift 2-0 lead in this series.
It's been barely over 10 minutes, like.
It has.
And GogojOey's on a match point. He is. I have a feeling that GogojOey's probably elated right now. He's like, Mike is not playing today. This is my time. And that's working out really well, really good for his mental.
Oh, God, exactly. And I mean, to be fair, as a reminder to everyone, this is still a best of 5 series, so StarDuck does have a chance to bring this back. It's gonna be a tough one, though. I believe in him. Yeah, yo. I love this. Map 3, we're gonna be on Blackburn.
Yo! If that was ever a turning point map, or a map to put it all on the line if you're in StarDuck's shoes right now, especially as a Protoss player, Blackburn would be the map. There's so much opportunities for proxies or rushes, or even just playing more economic, as long as you have map vision. StarDuck, get map vision, please. As long as you have map vision, you can also definitely defend while having a very stable economy. So yeah, I'm liking this a lot for Protoss.
Yeah, what what I will say, especially about the game that we just saw, is that StarDuck, it did look like he had the tools to defend, but again, those Biles, they got more damage than they really should have, to be honest. You know, maybe there could have been some better control on those Void Rays.
Those Biles were as good as Ranger's Purification Novas against Oreo, but we are continuing our series, hopefully not concluding it. I want more games, especially with these two players going at it. But we're continuing our series on Blackburn LE. We're in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. We have the Blues player coming down from Atlanta, Hong Kong. He is going to be representing himself as he is currently teamless, but he is also going to be representing all of the rest of the Zerg Muta Triangle, plus Demi, and also, I imagine, Beastork, all of those who have fallen and couldn't quite sign up today. That's a lot more dramatic than it needed to be. Hey, he's GogojOey.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Blackburn ALE, we have the Australian Protoss. He's pink, currently down 0-2 in this best of 5 finals. Can he bring it back? It is StarDuck.
I'm like, my hands are over my mouth right now. Like I have that sort of, or like they're under my chin right now. I'm like, what is he gonna do on this map?
Right, there's a lot of opportunity here. You know, if StarDuck wanted to, he could even go for something like Glaive Adepts. You know, the rush distance by ground is relatively short. Maybe not straight up Glaive Adepts, but maybe like a Stargate opening into a Twilight Council, right? And we see like a mass Glaive push across the map. That could work. If he wanted to, he could go Sky Toss, I guess. But Queen pushes on this map can be really scary as well.
It can. And especially if you get that creep highway down.
Yeah, the highway doesn't have to be very long. Is the thing? Like,
yeah, it's more of a back road.
in a way. So we'll see what StarDuck has in store for us here. What he has planned. Whether it's going to be at that Stargate opening, and so far looks like it is.
Okay. Which again, still very, very effective on Blackburn in particular, even with the slow zones. As long as you position the Stargate close to your opponent's base, they will get there. I feel like it's general advice for every map. No, I think about it. You put your production building near where you want your units to be, they're gonna get there quicker. You're welcome.
It's great.
This is what they pay me for coaching.
It's great advice, Yaku. This is why Yaku is not our coach. This is why they pay me for the analysis. This is oh god. But yeah, we'll see. As you know, we do have a Void Ray coming out first here for StarDuck. I'd be surprised if he throws down a second Stargate, to be honest, but we'll see. We'll see what he has after this initial Void Ray that's going to be, you know, attempting to clear out all these Overlords. Oh boy, it's all on him right now. And speaking of everything being on him, it is also on the people listening right now, because I just checked and we still have plenty of Matcherino codes to be used up here. So exclamation mark Matcherino in the chat to add $1 for free to the prize pool. Also, massive shout out to Chileno Singaporean for boosting the prize pool by 20 USD.
Hey, gracias, terima kasih.
Gracias, Chileno.
Gracias, Chileno.
I just say thank you in Singaporean.
Terima kasih. That's actually Malay. Oh.
Hopefully he understood that. I apologize for Yaku's Birkin Malay. I apologize. Oh god. But there it is. We have a Twilight Cancel after the Void Ray.
Okay, I'm liking that a little bit more, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, same.
Definitely,
to be honest.
Yeah. Definitely a lot more opportunity, I guess, to kite and take advantage of choke points of ground units and air units on Blackburn.
Yeah, I feel like for the first time this series, StarDuck, he's going to be able to apply some pressure to GogojOey, right? GogojOey, he's been the one kind of dictating the flow of this entire series, but finally StarDuck can put the pressure on.
And that Forge is just about going to be finishing up light, and I love it! We're not getting blink. We're not getting glaives. We are getting charge. How committed do you think he's gonna be?
Oh, incredibly.
Oh.
I love this. So already these Void Rays are going to find some damage. These queens do not have enough energy for transfuse, so one immediately does go down, maybe a second, as they slowly waddle away. Thankfully, there are spores here for GogojOey at the third base. Oh my, throws down the Spire.
Right in front of Void Rays too.
Yeah. StarDuck did see it, by the way. Hopefully he clicked on it. I know it was very quick, but he can assume that it is a Spire based off of what it looked like. And interesting, as a response, StarDuck is going for that Templar Archives.
Yeah, I guess the Archons will complement charges regardless, but yeah, Storms and Archons definitely what you want against Mutalisks and what have you.
At least aggressively, right? They are the best defensively at home. We'll see if Phoenix production starts or if StarDuck commits to Void Rays and wants to still hit this strong timing. Yeah, we'll see how committed this attack is going to be.
Yeah, best case scenario for StarDuck, and it's still definitely possible, is he hits before a significant amount of Mutas can come out, and even if it's still Mutalisks in low numbers, you can still get away with just Void Rays.
Yeah, exactly. Void Rays as well as Archons, right? As long as there aren't too many Mutalisks, as we have 7 gateways being thrown down here for StarDuck. He really wants to start ramping up that production. What are we missing? I was about to say a Warp Prism. There we go. Warp Prism is on the way, so StarDuck can reinforce across the map.
And I'm starting to get real worried for GogojOey. Like, he has no idea what StarDuck is planning right now. He has no splash damage. He is going Roach Ravager, which is absolutely what the charge player wants to see.
Exactly. To be fair, GogojOey can still like make this composition work, especially if he has a couple of Ravagers as well. You know, if he's able to catch that War Prism and even bile it down, that will be huge. So then StarDuck, all of his aggression basically gets thwarted and pushed away. So it does kind of depend on the positioning here from StarDuck, as he should have finished up that War Prism. Yep, it is with the main army. I did miss it for a moment there. And you know what? Hey, the Mutas, they're on the way.
They are, and that is really starting to worry me quite a bit. GogojOey looks like he's hunting for that War Prism right now.
Yeah, exactly. He's just going straight across the map. There's a shield battery in the main base, but that's kind of it. StarDuck, he's going to be very committed here, and GogojOey's ready.
He is already setting up a bit of a concave. He brings his Spore Crawls forward just to have a little bit more anti-air. The Mutalisks he's fine sending the Mutalisks to harass the Biles. Do take out a couple of Void Rays. All the players are going down light.
Mate, every single Void Ray got biled there. In the end, StarDuck was not paying attention. He was distracted, and in the end, there is not enough Protoss here. At the same time, the Mutas are having a field day here in the natural base of StarDuck.
This is a textbook multi-prong light. Well, I'm not sure if you can really call it a multi-prong, but a textbook distraction for your opponents. Jesus.
There's a reason why GogojOey is the best player in Hong Kong and one of the best in Southeast Asia. GG gets called.
That was dominant. I'm in absolute awe right now. Like, I guess we know GogojOey is such a good player. We kind of expected him to be favored in this finals, but to win in that manner, 3-0 in about half an hour.
Yeah.
Man.
That last game especially, that was... Mate,
and you said that StarDuck enjoys PPC?
Yeah. Mate, GogojOey didn't break a sweat.
He's not gonna enjoy, yeah. I have a feeling StarDuck's not gonna enjoy PPC anymore.
Well, I will add to that again, GogojOey is a very different player, a very unique player, and StarDuck did have a hard time against him. But congratulations, GogojOey, he is our champion this week. Again,
2 weeks in a row now.
2 weeks in a row. A lot of that has to do with the fact that me and Micah wasn't here.
True, and when he was here last week, he off-raced. Yeah.
They did. But yeah, really well done there by GogojOey, again, showing that he is a very strong, incredibly strong player here in this region. And I mean, at the same time, I also don't want to take anything away from StarDuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I wouldn't
StarDuck.
either. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, I definitely wouldn't either. It's again, it just goes to show the type of player GogojOey is. I suppose there's no shame in not beating GogojOey.
Yeah, exactly. Like StarDuck had an amazing run, making it to the grand finals this week.
He beat Ranger.
Exactly.
Who's like easily the best improved player when it comes to the Oceania, rest of Asia region when it comes to DreamHack.
Especially
StarDuck's up there.
Especially in the PvP matchup, like Ranger, he took down a lot of Protoss players when it came to like the DreamHack and the DreamHack qualifiers and the main events.
If anything, I'm honestly a lot more excited to see what StarDuck brings us just this Saturday for ANZ Champs.
Exactly. I am as well, to be honest. I do know that StarDuck eventually he will face people like Probe in a PvP. I can't wait for that. That sounds spicy.
Nice.
Oh,
I'm hoping
God.
Pez and him conspire to have a little bit of a Lambo Rainer situation there.
I would love that.
Like,
I would love
these
that.
are the builds you need to take out Probe.
But what I will say is that, again, you know, StarDuck did incredibly well, and I hope that we see more of him in the finals. Like, time and time again, we were talking about it, he does consistently make it to the semis at least. Maybe he can make a habit of it, you know, making it this far into the money. He
is straight up the third highest rated Grand Platypus Open player. And that is not easy. And that is not easy at all. That's above Beastork, Demi, Ranger, whole bunch of players.
Exactly. It's incredibly impressive how far StarDuck has gone in such a short period of time. Again, he still has room to improve, and he knows that as well. And yeah, we'll see how far he can go, not just in this first season of ANZ Champs, but I say this about a lot of players. I am curious to see, or I can't wait to see how well or how much they improve throughout the entire year.
Absolutely. That was one of the reasons why 2020, you know, despite everything, is a year that I will definitely hold dear to my heart, just because we were able to see that, you know, not just with StarDuck, but with players like even GogojOey to an extent, right? We saw that with Armani, casting him from start to the end of the year throughout all of these sort of weekly events. We saw it with the names of the players are escaping me, but trust me, they exist.
Yeah, we saw
really
that
cool to see.
In Latin America. We saw that with Eggs. We saw that with Ryu as well. Even Jim Rising. This year, we've seen that with Eric. Like Eric having an insane run as well after coming back.
Oh, dude! I finally watched that VOD fully. I only saw like the clip. I only saw like clips before that. Eric's smile is something.
Exactly. And another one is StarDuck. You know, it's great to see him here. I will, of course, I have to give a bit of a shout out to Oreo as well. He didn't have the best time today, you know, very unlucky, but we know that he is capable of so much more.
Yeah, we've seen a lot out of him. Unfortunately, he definitely wasn't, like, we didn't get to watch him as much in 2020 because of, you know, reasons, but it's a completely new year. His doctor has okayed him, and I mean, he's been on a regimen for quite a while that was recommended by his physician. So I'm really excited to see him grow this year.
Yeah, as am I. That's why we are supporting them as best we can. And with that does, you know, we are coming to a close here. What's up?
Before we leave, I have to say, though, I requested this from Kuro to make a command. It is ANZ Champs related. I don't know what that command is, what the name of that command is, but Kuro, if you're listening, everybody get ready for ANZ Champs, happening just 2 days from now on Saturday. Light's going to be there in the studio. And this is going to give everyone a bit of a taste of what's to come.
Exactly. Kuro, if it is in the command, post it in the chat. It is so cringy.
It is art is what it is. To quote Ares here, it was nice seeing light run.
Oh god, we spent literally all day on Sunday filming that. I'm honestly impressed by how fast they were able to edit it together. I thought that it was gonna debut the weekend of. So yeah, shout out
to time to get those filters in and stuff.
Yeah, shout out to the ESL Australia production team for pulling that together.
It couldn't have helped that it took a while to get the kite up.
Mate, once we got it up, bringing it down was
just wouldn't come down.
Almost lost it over the fence, mate. Almost lost it in a tree at that point as well. It was great.
Oh, we need the behind the scenes. Why was no? Tell me somebody vlogged that.
People were people were recording on their phones, but that's somewhere out there. I don't know.
Do you mean by people? Do you mean like random people, or do you mean like use that? Oh, okay.
Oh god, it was a lot of fun. It was this weird moment where I just like took a moment to take it in, where it's like there are like 5 grown men just playing around with a kite.
You're like, we're actually doing this
in a park. And it was great.
Got to see your chess skills.
It was a lot of fun, mate. It was a lot of fun.
I appreciate the Zergling and Probe cameos.
Yeah, I brought them as well. I brought them in. But yeah. For those wondering, ANZ Champs is this weekend. Oh boy, I don't really know what to expect from it, but we'll try and bring you the best broadcast we can. And feature the players as best we can as well. And yeah, with that, we're done for today.
It's gonna be better than home and away.
That it will. Some big shoes to fill, but we'll try our best.
There we go! Exclamation mark 80s.
Beautiful, mate. Beautiful. Oh god! And with that, again, exclamation mark Maturino in the chat to help support the tournament and use up all those codes GPO67 to add $1 for free. And with that, Yaku, do you have anything else you want to add?
$1 to the prize pool at no cost of my own.
We'll see you guys next time.
That's what I'd like to add. Stay tuned, guys. We're gonna rate someone. SEA Duckling Open is tomorrow because we found a temporary workaround to the API.
Ciao.
Bella.